Deep space was silent. Far from trade lanes and star maps, the alien exploration fleet moved slowly through a dead region of the galaxy. No stars burned here. No signals traveled. Even sensors felt weak, as if space itself wanted to be forgotten. Captain Zirak watched the screens with calm focus. "This area is empty," one officer said. "No life, no ships, no danger." Then the sensor alarm rang. A single contact appeared. "Unknown object detected," the sensor officer reported. "Large mass. No power readings." The image formed on the main screen. It was a warship. Human. Old design. Heavy armor. Long and dark, like a shadow frozen in space. No lights, no engine glow, no movement. "A human ship?" Zirak asked. "Here?" "Yes, Captain," the officer replied. "But it is inactive. No life signs. No signals." The bridge grew quiet. "Is it destroyed?" Someone asked. "No," the science officer said slowly. "There is no damage. It is intact." Zirak leaned forward. "Then why is it here?" No one had an answer. The fleet moved closer. The human warship remained still, like a corpse drifting in the void. "Run a full scan," Zirak ordered. Blue scan beams reached out and touched the human hull. At first, the data was simple. Metal layers. Weapon mounts. Old human systems. "This ship is ancient," the science officer said. "Hundreds of years old." Zirak frowned. "Then it should be rust, broken." "But it is not," the officer replied. "Everything is preserved." The scan continued. Then it slowed. The data paused. "That is strange," the officer whispered. "Some systems are not responding." Zirak crossed his arms. Increase scan strength. The beam grew brighter. The human ship did not react. Suddenly, a warning icon flashed. "Hidden compartments detected," the science officer said. "Deep inside the ship? Smuggling space?" Zirak asked. "No," the officer replied. "Too organized. Too clean." The scan pushed deeper. Then something changed. A single system line appeared. "Status, stand dB way." The bridge went silent. "Standby?" Zirak repeated. "Not destroyed?" "No, Captain," the officer said. "This ship is sleeping." Before Zirak could respond, the sensors flickered. "Captain," the engineer said nervously. "Our scan signal just changed." "How?" Zirak demanded. "It echoed back," the engineer replied, "as if the ship noticed us." The human warship's hull faintly glowed. Just for a moment. Then it faded. Everyone on the bridge felt uneasy. It reacted. Someone whispered. Zirak straightened. "Remain calm. Humans abandon ships all the time." But his voice lacked confidence. A new reading appeared. "Captain," the science officer said, "there is no crew record. No bodies?" Zirak asked. "None," the officer replied. "It was emptied on purpose." Zirak stared at the screen. "Why leave a warship here?" he asked. "Fully intact. Fully armed." The answer did not come. The fleet moved even closer. A small alien shuttle detached and approached the human ship. "Boarding team ready," the officer said. Zirak hesitated for a moment. Then he nodded. "Proceed." The shuttle docked. Inside the human warship, the lights turned on. Slow. Controlled, corridors lit up one by one. The boarding team reported in. "No damage," the leader said. "No signs of battle. No blood. Any crew?" Zirak asked. "None, Captain," the voice replied. "This ship was abandoned." Cleanly. The team moved deeper. Then the channel filled with static. "Captain," the voice said again, tense. "We found something." "What?" Zirak asked. "A sealed core, the leader replied. It just activated. On the alien bridge, alarm sounded. The human ship's status changed. Mode. Awaiting contact Zirak. S eyes widened. This was no ghost. This was a message. And by finding it, they had answered a call that humanity had been waiting centuries to hear. The inside of the human warship felt wrong. The boarding team moved carefully through long metal corridors. The lights were soft and white, not damaged or flickering. The air was clean. Everything worked as if the crew had just left. This place is too perfect, the team leader said. Captain Zirak listened from his command ship. His eyes stayed fixed on the human warship's image. Continue, he ordered. Record everything. The boarding team reached the control deck. No chairs were broken. No screens were cracked. Human symbols still glowed on the walls. Captain, the leader said slowly, this ship was not abandoned in panic. Zirak frowned. Explain. There are no signs of escape, the leader replied. No emergency pods launched. No damage. No hurry. The science officer on Zirak's bridge spoke quietly. That means the crew left by plan. Zirak felt uneasy. The team moved deeper. They reached a large sealed door marked with old human writing. Can you translate it? Zirak asked. Yes, the officer replied after a pause. It says, Observer class warship. The bridge fell silent. Observer? Zirak repeated. Not combat? The science officer shook his head. That class is not in any human records we know. The boarding team opened the door. Inside was a massive core chamber. At the center floated a dark sphere, slowly rotating. No power cables. No support arms. Yet it was active. This system has its own energy source, the leader said. And it's stable. Suddenly, human text appeared in the air. Observer protocol ACTIV. The boarding team froze. Captain, the leader whispered. The ship just recognized us. Before Zirak could reply, the human warship sent a signal, not loud, not hostile. A calm, artificial voice filled the alien bridge. Contact confirmed. Every officer froze. This ship is not broken, the science officer said. It was waiting. The voice continued. Species identified, non-human. Threat assessment. Pending. Zirak's heart beat faster. And the signal, he ordered. We can't, the officer replied. It's broadcasting directly through our systems. On the boarding team's feed, the core sphere glowed brighter. The human voice spoke again. Observer warships are not weapons. They are witnesses. What does that mean? Zirak whispered. The answer came immediately. Images filled the alien screens. Human colonies. Alien fleets approaching. Battles avoided. Wars stopped before they began. This ship watched history, the science officer said. It did not fight. The voice continued. If a species approaches with peaceful intent, record and withdraw. If a species approaches with hostile tools, the images changed. Alien fleets destroyed. Systems shut down. Empires falling apart without battle. The bridge grew cold. Report and activate response. The voice finished. Zirak stood slowly. What response? He asked. The core sphere pulsed. Ghost signal released. Alarm screamed. Captain! The engineer shouted. A signal just left the human ship faster than light. Destination? Zirak demanded. The officer checked the data and went pale. Human space, he said. Zirak understood too late. This ship was not abandoned. It was a trigger, and by entering it, they had told humanity everything it needed to know. Somewhere far beyond the void, something ancient and human had just awakened. The ghost signal crossed the stars in seconds. It did not travel like normal messages. It did not use known routes. It moved through space as if distance no longer mattered. Inside human space, ancient sensors woke up. Systems that had slept for centuries came alive. On a quiet human outpost, deep under a frozen moon, a red light turned on. Observer alert. RECEV human officers gathered in silence. They did not shout. They did not panic. They read. The Ghost Warship's data poured in. Alien ship designs, weapon strength, fleet numbers, command structure. Every detail was clear. Observer Theta has been activated, a human commander said calmly. Another officer nodded. That means first contact has already failed. No one argued. Across human space, similar rooms woke up, hidden stations, deep space relays, old war vaults, all silent, all patient. Back near the dead zone, Captain Zirak waited. No attack came. No human fleet appeared. Hours passed, then days. They are afraid, one alien officer said. They will not respond. Zirak did not answer. He felt watched. The ghost warship remained still, but its core light never faded. Captain, the science officer said, the ship is still sending data. To whom? Zirak asked. The officer hesitated. To many places. Human places. Zirak's jaw tightened. Meanwhile, inside the ghost ship, the human system spoke again. Observation complete. The boarding team tried to leave. They could not. The doors are locked, the leader said. Not force locked. Politely locked. Zirak felt anger rise. Break free. We can't, the leader replied. The ship is not fighting us. It's guiding us. On the human side, a final decision was made. A single order moved through secure channels. Deadliest weapon. Authorization. P&D Engine 01 cheered. No one smiled, because humans knew what that order meant. Back in alien space, Zirak's fleet felt the first sign. Navigation markers drifted. Star positions felt wrong. Captain, the navigator said nervously, our maps are outdated. Zirak looked at the screen. Stars were shifting, not moving. Redefined. This is impossible, an officer whispered. Then a message arrived. Not from the ghost ship, from human space. It was short. We see you. Nothing else. Zirak felt his chest tighten. No threat. No anger. Just awareness. The ghost warship powered down. Its mission complete. The alien fleet was left alone in the void, surrounded by nothing, yet trapped by everything. Far away. Hidden human systems aligned. Not to attack, but to decide. Humanity had remained silent for centuries for one reason. Silence gave them time, and time had just run out. The alien fleet felt a change in space. No shots fired, no engines moving, no weapons charged. Yet every ship felt it, like gravity itself had shifted. High Commander Zirak frowned. Report. The navigator's hands shook. Captain, all navigation systems are failing. Star charts are wrong. Our fleet is off course. Zirak's jaw tightened. Impossible. Sensors are functioning normally. They are, the science officer said slowly, but something is overriding them. A soft pulse spread across space. Not energy, not gravity, just order. The alien ships could not explain it. Then the first real signs appeared. Weapon systems misfired. Shields lowered unexpectedly. Communication lines jammed. Engines faltered. Captain, the engineer shouted. Our systems are deteriorating. We cannot control anything. Zirak looked at the main screen. The ghost warship's light was gone, silent, dormant, yet its signal had activated something far worse. Explain, Zirak demanded. The science officer's voice was calm but heavy. The human warship is not attacking. It is controlling space itself, not with weapons, but with knowledge. The officers exchanged uneasy glances. Knowledge? A junior officer asked. Yes, the science officer replied. Every dormant human system activated by the ghost ship now monitors us. Our positions, our weapons, our commands. Every possible action we could take is already known. Zurich felt sweat on his forehead. Are you saying we are trapped? The science officer nodded. Not by force, by prediction. By observation. By the human centuries of preparation. Across the galaxy, hidden stations aligned. Deep space observatories, long abandoned, came online. Sensors traced every alien maneuver. Communication arrays intercepted commands instantly. Fleets were neutralized before they could act. This is a weapon? The weapons officer whispered yes, the science officer said. The deadliest weapon humanity ever made. And it never fires first. It only responds perfectly. Zurich felt panic. How do we escape? Escape? The engineer scoffed. They never move. They never fight. Yet they win. Every calculation they made against us is correct. On the alien bridge, screens flickered. Images appeared of human warships scattered across distant systems. Each dormant ship was connected, waiting, observing, recording. Every ship a sentinel, the science officer said. Every system a trap. We are surrounded by silence. The crew could not move, could not fire, could not even plan. A calm human voice suddenly came through the ghost warship's signal. Your intent is known, your actions predicted, your failure assured. Zurich's face went pale. They haven't fired a single shot. No, the science officer said quietly. They do not need to. By knowing everything, they control everything. The alien fleet drifted, frozen in space. Their weapons readied, but useless. Their shields strong, but irrelevant. Their minds racing, but always one step behind. Every officer understood the truth. Humanity had waited for this moment for centuries. They had not built empires to conquer. They had built empires to endure. And when the galaxy threatened them, their weapon never missed. The alien fleet floated in space, frozen and helpless. No weapons fired, no engines roared. Yet every ship felt the weight of humanity pressing down upon them, not with force, but with certainty. Captain Zurich's hands shook as he stared at the screens. Thousands of dormant human warships, scattered across deep space, blinked into life. Each one connected through a web of ancient systems, sensors, and hidden protocols. They can see everything we do, the science officer whispered. Yes, Zurich said quietly, and they will not miss a single mistake. The ghost warship, the first they had discovered, glowed faintly one last time. A calm human voice filled their systems. Observation complete. Judgment recorded. Action pending if required. No threat, no demand. Just a reminder that humans never acted in anger. They acted in certainty. Zurich turned to his officers. Do we have a plan? The engineer shook his head. We can't fight what we can't predict. The weapons officer swallowed hard. They haven't fired a single shot, Captain, and yet we are done. The alien fleet realized the terrible truth. Humanity's deadliest weapon was never a bomb, a cannon, or a missile. It was time, patience, and knowledge. Humans waited, observed, learned, every calculation precise. Every response perfect. They did not hunt. They did not strike first. They only acted when the moment was certain, and that moment had already come for the aliens. Across distant systems, alien empires began to understand what had happened. The message spread silently. Underestimate humans at your own risk. The ghost warship powered down. retreating into the void once more, but the effect remained. The alien fleet, shaken to its core, had learned to fear what they could not touch, could not predict, and could not control. High Commander Zirek leaned against his console. "We thought they were weak," he said. "We thought they were slow." "We were wrong." The science officer nodded. "They do not need to fight to win. They let us see ourselves, and now we are finished." A final message appeared on all alien screens, simple and terrifying. "We do not attack. We do not hunt. We only ensure survival. Those who approach with hostility will never forget us." The alien fleet drifted silently, lost in thought, ashamed of centuries of arrogance. Somewhere deep in human space, another dormant warship waited, observing. A silent guardian, ready to awaken if needed. Humanity's lesson was clear. Patience was a weapon. Knowledge was a weapon. And in the hands of the human race, the galaxy. Learn that Ghost could kill without firing a single shot. Zirek exhaled slowly. The galaxy fears them. And now so do we. The stars themselves seemed to bow to the quiet power of humanity, because humans did not need to shout. They did not need to show strength. All they needed was time, and the will to endure. And when they chose to act, no weapon in the galaxy could stop them.